What is good, everybody? We are here with Game Week 2 review. Now, this is just a series we're going to do all season where we, after every game week in the Premier League, we're going to review our FPL and just the general week, and we're going to talk about it. Obviously, if we get a bit of traction on this series, I may do it live so I can get some of your opinions in as well. So we're going to start off just talking about each game, which was here. So I'm going to do this fairly quickly because I spent a lot of time on it last week. So Aston Villa, Everton. Aston Villa and Everton, I thought it was actually a very lucky game for Aston Villa. I thought Everton were doing okay. I know Aston Villa they've got a few injuries now, so they're not looking too good. And to be fair, I thought Aston Villa would be a lot better than they are with the signings they've made. But overall, fair enough. Southampton Leeds, I'm really annoyed. I actually really like Leeds this season. I think they've actually got quite a good team, and I think they'll stay up. But they'll kick themselves if they're in a relegation battle, which I don't think they will be. But if they are in a relegation battle, they're going to kick themselves for this game because that was an easy 3 points that they threw away. I mean, what was it? The 81st minute, yeah. The next game was Arsenal-Leicester. I mean, Arsenal, they did very well. I mean, they were scoring goals left, right and centre for fun, ladies and gentlemen. But my comment is... Sorry, I'm just fiddling with the camera. There you go. My comment is their defence still didn't look great. Now, I'm not sure why. I don't know if that's kind of the midfield in front of it not defending it properly or the actual defence looking ropes. I didn't actually watch the game, so I'm not too sure. But, I mean, they're scoring goals for fun. They've got a very good attack. Saka and Jesus just look beautiful this season. But, yeah, we'll have to see with that. Brighton Newcastle, I knew it would be a draw. I think last week I predicted it 1-1 was my prediction. And... it was 0-0. Brighton still look very good considering they've lost, Bissouma, Maupay and Cucurella. So, yeah, they still look very good. And this season, I thought Newcastle would make more signings than they have, or bigger signings, because of, obviously, all the money they've got. But, yeah, a bit of a weird one, that. City, Bournemouth, I mean, it was just a battering, really, wasn't it? It was just a battering. I'm surprised. I don't think Haaland got a hat-trick, did he? No, he didn't. I'm thinking of the week before, sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's just typical City game. They overran it. Wolves Fulham, again, I knew this one would be a draw as well, so I actually got my predictions quite well. Not the scores. I never guessed 0-0 because that's just not very exciting, is it? But, yeah, 0-0 for that game. And, again, Fulham will take these points. And Wolves don't look great this season, although they did just sign... I completely forgot what his name is. I'm not going to say it because it might be wrong, but they just signed a guy from Sporting who looks quite good. Brentford, Man United. We're just not going to talk about that one. That was you've all seen it. The one thing I will say is I've seen Lisandro Martinez getting butchered online. He actually had a good game, apart from one little error where he slipped over with the attacker. The attacker slipped over as well and headed it in while slipping over, but so did Martinez. But he actually won most of the physical battles and the aerial battles. So, I'm seeing a lot of people butcher him, but it's as if they don't have eyes and didn't watch the game. Like, he actually did very well. Forest, West Ham, I didn't expect this, but I have said that I think Forest will stay up this year. Forest look very good. They've made some really clever signings for a newly promoted team. I mean, I know, they've got a lot of money and they are chucking money, but... they've made some very clever signings. They've got a very steady team to stay up. It's not obviously going to do anything crazy, up the table. But yeah, it's definitely a team that you look at and you go, they've got a lot of okay players, like mid-table players that they've just grabbed. So yeah, I think they'll do very well this season for us. Where West Ham, I always said I don't think they'll do as good as last year. Chelsea-Tottenham was an incredible game. Like, I usually crap on Chelsea for being boring games, but for once they actually had a very exciting game. It was very fun to watch. It was a great game. I mean, I didn't realise that was the possession either, but, I mean, fair play to Kane. I was going crazy just because I don't like Chelsea at all. But Koulibaly, I'm a big fan of him. We could have got Koulibaly instead of Harry Maguire. Another mistake from the club. But yeah, crazy. Liverpool Palace, I mean, what a game that was. Nunez has made an utter mistake. I'm not sure he will make it again. But he's going to get probably a good few yellows and get annoyed in these games because now every centre-back, the manager or every centre-back who has a brain is going to annoy Nunez when he comes back. They're going to constantly be pushing him, trying to haggle him and get in his head, and they probably will, but he'll probably just flick back to that moment and probably, Klopp's probably giving him a bollocking. And it's probably, like, okay, he won't flip and headbutt someone now, but he still could get a red, he still could get 2 yellows and stuff like that. Just not obviously as in a violent way. But yeah, Liverpool don't look good. Well, I say that, they look good, but they don't look as much of a reckoning force. And again, I called it. I didn't realise they'd lose these 2 games, I thought they'd win them, but I knew Liverpool just... Their time was coming, and it annoys me because there's 2 sides of things that I hate people saying. Some people are like, oh, people say that every year. Not me. Like, not me. This is the first real year where I've said it's going to be a slow decline, but this is the bloody year that it happens. You can only stay on top for so long. Especially in the Premier League, like, you look at Bayern Munich, but that's because it's, they got Dortmund to go against, and they just buy all their good players. And like other teams just buy all their good players. Look at Haaland, Sancho, all these. I like Palace. I actually quite like Palace, to be fair. They're actually quite a nice club. With some very exciting... I do like watching a Palace game. Eze, Elise when he comes back. Guay is always quite interesting to watch. Anderson now is playing very, very good. Yeah, they're actually quite a nice team to watch, I have to say. Especially when they had Conor Gallagher. But obviously, Chelsea have taken him back. And obviously, apparently, they may be buying Wan-Bissaka, which I love Wan-Bissaka. I wish it worked out at United. I still think he's a great player that we should be playing and keeping. But, if he's not going to get played under Ten Hag, you might as well sell him back to Palace where he's going to get played. And I think he'll just go back to Palace and ball out. I mean, he just will. But yeah, I really like Wan-Bissaka. But yeah, that's the review. We're going to go through to our FPL now, and then I'm going to make my predictions for the upcoming week. So I had a crap week on FPL. Not crap because I got 1 point above average, and if the whole season you're always getting a bit above average, you're going to do okay. So, I mean, Edison, Cancelo really did well. Trippier, again. Cash I was annoyed about because I think he had about, it was about 7 points or something in the bag. And obviously, Villa conceded so late on, which was really frustrating. And same with, I've got rid of Baye. I'll show you my team for this week anyway. Robertson, I mean, Liverpool really annoyed me. Nunez, the -2. Haaland, Jesus bringing in the bag, but obviously didn't captain him. That would have been crazy. Sancho, not doing well. Aronson, not doing well. And the bench, I mean, the only person you would have probably been... You would have got an extra 2 points. Or 3, sorry, if you brought on Piera and Odegaard. So, it's nothing like to be like, oh, I've missed out on like 20 points not bringing people on the bench. This week, I'm going to show you my team early as well. This is before the deadline. I'm recording this at 8:30 on Friday. I've wildcarded. As you can probably tell, otherwise you'd be like, bloody hell, you must have taken a bunch of -4s. Or, yeah, it is -4, isn't it? So I've wildcarded. Still maybe make some changes, I'm not sure yet. But I have wildcarded, mainly because I thought there's a few players I wanted to get out and a few players I wanted to get in. I wanted Nunez out. Not because I don't think he's going to do well, just because what he done, he's going to be out for, I think, 3 games. So I will eventually get him back in when he comes back. I do want Nunez back because I think he's going to have a very good season, and I think he will score a lot of goals. But I'm going to bring him back when I know that, because I think even when he comes back, Klopp may maybe punish him and put him on the bench for the first game or 2, and then put him back in the team sort of thing. So yeah, I've got Kane instead of him. I've got Gabriel just because they're against Bournemouth, and then my free transfer next week, I'll just swap out Gabriel for someone else in the 5 million range. I've got Henderson in goal to save a bit of money because I did have Mendy. I had Mendy because I didn't have a Chelsea player. But so obviously now I've got James. I got rid of Robertson because I don't think Liverpool are going to do great this season, as I said, and they're looking really ropey at the moment. So maybe, obviously, if they pick up their form, I'll put him back in. But I don't really like Liverpool anyway, so I only did that because I will never put Salah in my team. So I thought, you kind of need a Liverpool player. But anyway, I put James in, got Henderson, because I think Forest will do very well this season. Cancelo obviously kept him. Andreas Pereira, 4.5 million is very good for that, that budget. And to be fair, Fulham are having a good start, so fair enough. I'm keeping Sancho because he's gone down to 7.3 million, so I don't really want to get rid of him because then I've lost bloody 0.2 million, which is a lot of money. So, and I think he will do well. The only reason they're not doing well, and he's not doing well, is because they're not playing how Ten Hag wants. He did so well in pre-season because they played the system Ten Hag wanted. As soon as they don't, they do crap. And of course they do. You're not playing how the manager wants. And especially Sancho, because he does so well in the system played. So I think he will do well. And when we get some new signings, Anthony, Gakpo, Frankie, Casemiro, who knows who else we're going to get. But yeah, so I'm going to keep Sancho in there because I'm sure he'll get, especially if he scores against Liverpool or something, I'm sure he'll go up, at least a 0.1. Then if he can keep his form, he'll go back. Because I do want to buy, if we get Anthony, I want to buy Anthony. Because I actually have, I don't know if I've showed you guys, I've got a bloody Anthony signed card. Leave Continent. The kind of light shining on it from my monitor, it's probably not the greatest. But as you can see, that is his auto. Autographed. 15 out of 40. Autographed. Beautiful. Beautiful. Stunning. I've got an Alanga card too. And I've got a few cards on the way. Ryan Gravenberch, Frankie de Jong, Bayaka Saka. I've butchered that name. Bayaku or something. Anyway, Damsgaard, because Brentford have a really nice run of games, and I really rate Damsgaard, really rate him. I don't know if he's going to get played, though. That was my only issue. I was like, I really like him, and he's a great attacking force, bloody hell. And I think he'll do very well, as long as he starts. That's my only issue. I've paid, I think, 5.5 for him, so he's not cheap. And I imagine they have to start him, but I'm not too sure. I really hope he does, though, because he is a baller. And I think, especially in the easy run of games they've got, I think he'll do very well. I've kept Aronson, because, again, I think Leeds will do quite well. And he's a differential. Same with Damsgaard. Barely anyone has him. And I think he'll do very well. Same with Aronson. I think he's very good. Not many people have him. Not many people even rate Leeds. And I think he'll do quite well. Kept Trippier, just because I think, again, Newcastle, they're quite good at getting cleanies. And obviously he's on like corners, set pieces, so sometimes he's going to pick up them points anyway, which is good. And I've kept Edison, and I brought Luis Diaz in just because I thought, if I'm getting rid of Nunez, I kind of want to keep a Liverpool attacker, just because, especially with him out, I don't see Bobby Firmino scoring many goals. So it's down to Salah or Diaz. So I was like, for the time being, Diaz is a good shout because he'll probably get a price rise as well because, he had a good game against, I can't remember who they played. Very good goal against Palace. So I think that'll get his owners up. And I think while Nunez is out, he'll do very well. Hopefully not against United, though. So that is my team. And I'm pretty happy with it. Now, we're going on to predictions here. Here we go. I'm just going to draw it on, by the way. I'm going to just rapid fire this out. I think I have actually written this down somewhere. Let me just copy it off where I've written it down. So I've gone, ladies and gentlemen, Tottenham Wolves 3-0. Palace Villa. I'm saying 2-1. I'm going to go through all my choices why afterwards. Everton Forest 2-0. Fulham Brentford 2-1. Leicester Southampton 2-0. Because I don't think Southampton are going to do well this year. I think they're going to get relegated. Arsenal Bournemouth, I'm going 3-0. 3-0. Leeds Chelsea 2-1. I think Leeds do score, but I don't think they're good enough to win. And And yeah, I think Chelsea will score too. Sterling, I think, will score. His first goal for Chelsea. West Ham, Brighton, 1-1. Again, I don't think West Ham are doing very well this season, where I think Brighton are. So I think it's going to be quite an even game, that. Newcastle City, I'm going with 2-0. City are very good. I think it will just be wearing them down. I think they'll probably get a goal in a half each. They'll get a goal in the first half. Near the end of the half, 35th minute, 40th minute, they'll wear them down, get the goal, probably open the second half, do the exact same, wear them down, get a goal in the 75th or something. And United-Liverpool, 2-1 United. Now, that is probably the fan in me talking. But, I mean, Liverpool haven't looked good. They don't have Nunez. I think there's a bit of a buzz, around United with all the protests and stuff like that with the Glazers out. I think maybe it will fire the players up. It's a Liverpool game at Old Trafford. I'm hoping... This is all hope. I hope the players are fired up. I hope the club's fired up. I hope they play how Ten Hag wants. I hope they realise a lot of their jobs are on the line now that the Glazers are spending. I hope McTominay and Fred go, bloody hell, this is probably our last game before, Casemiro plays. I need to prove that I should play. And the same for Rashford, Sancho. They may be bringing in Anthony and Gakpo, both of them. I could have my job lost. I could be sold. More Rashford, that, but you know what I'm saying. I could be benched. So again, I need to put in a shift. The same with, again, going back to Scott and Fred, could bring in Frankie as well. So you could completely lose both your spots. So yeah, I think that's my predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Anyone's there, you'll probably say this one's the Man U one's probably outrageous. But any others, I wouldn't say many of them are outrageous. Maybe some people doing this, but I think Villa have a lot of injuries. That's why I like Palace anyway. The rest of them maybe have a problem with Forest, but I think they look good. The rest of them, I think, is just, I think most would agree with. But yeah, this is my Game Week 2 review. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, we'll come. I'll see you guys for Game Week 3 review.